let's turn our attention to the NFL. The schedule comes out next week, and I couldn't be more excited for the 2025 NFL schedule. So I thought we'd play a game. Guess the Lions' schedule. How about a little music for us here, Ricky Burns? Now, this isn't pick 17 games. Home, away. No, we're going to have a little bit more fun than that, okay?
Let's put up the teams there, Pete.
You got it, buddy. Season opener.
Okay, so here's the guess the schedule question. The first question, who wants to go first, by the way? I feel like we need to go one person at a time. Who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
You'll go first?
I'll go first.
All right, Pete Spivak, you go first.
Appreciate it, man. I tell you what, Lions season opener?
Season opener, go for it.
You got it, my man. I tell you what, taking a look at that.
You can't say I'm going first and then say,
Okay. It's going to be the Washington Commanders. That is the team that I am selecting for the season opener for the Lions because that's the best matchup on the board.
All right. Who will they play Thanksgiving?
For Thanksgiving, let's see. Let me get out the Thanksgiving schedule. I didn't know you were going to do it that way. Sorry about that.
All right, never mind.
No. I've got it now. I didn't know you were going to go down that route. And the Thanksgiving Day game is going to be against the Green Bay Packers.
All right.
Yes. And then for the season finale, I am going to go with, let us finish up with Tampa Bay.
All right.
That is how I have
I'm not mad at that.
Very good.
Right, guy?
Very good.
Prime time.
All right, Braylon, let's do it this way. Okay, I'm sorry. Let's go one question at a time.
Thank you.
All the way around.
Way to go, Pete. Way to go, Pete.
Way to lead it
We'll go one question
Hey,
at a
I
time.
got something for you. Don't let Pete cook.
No. I spent all my
Okay.
Christmas
He used
do
it all
that.
yesterday.
That's it.
yesterday.
By the way, the NFL schedule comes out 1 week from tonight, 8 p.m. next Wednesday, May 14th. That is why considered to do this. Guess the schedule. I've got 4 questions for you. Let me just set it up.
Gotcha.
Who do you think the Lions will play in the opener? Who do you think they'll play Thanksgiving Day? How many primetime games they will play? Okay. And who will their finale be?
Are we assuming all of these are home games, by the way?
No, just whatever.
Oh, okay.
However,
Thanksgiving's usually a home game.
Okay, so we'll start. Tom Vasway, who will the Lions play for the opener?
I'm going to stick with it, even though they have the Hall of Fame game, which kind of threw a little monkey wrench in. They're going to play the 31st against the Chargers on national TV.
Oh, yeah.
I'm still going to have them as the national game. The Lions at the Philadelphia Eagles on a Thursday night. Mike Tirico, Chris Collinsworth, and the gang to open up the season.
Braylon Edwards, who will the Lions play on their opener, season opener?
Pete Spivak hit it on the head. It's the Commanders. You got to have the Commanders. They want to save the Eagles and the Lions for later on down the road or whatever. It's the Washington Commanders. You saw that game. The Commanders, they came in here. They beat the Lions. That's fresh on everybody's mind. I think you want to see that rematch sooner than later. Give me the Commanders like Pete said.
Thanks, buddy.
All right, I'm going to go with the opener. I will say they will start on Thursday Night Football against the defending Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles. That's the matchup I think everybody expected they'd get in the NFC Championship game a year ago. So I'm going to say Lions at Eagles for the NFL opener. Ricky, you got a pick?
I'm Commanders for the opener. I'm with them. I'm going with Commanders.
There it is.
All right. I'm going to start this one. Lions on Thanksgiving Day. I'm going to go with the Pittsburgh Steelers.
A rematch
Because
from the Silverdome day.
This will be a ABC, or excuse me, a CBS game. Lions were on Fox last year, so they played the Bears.
Oh, that's right.
It'll be a CBS game, so it will most likely be against an AFC opponent this year. And if you look at the home schedule, you either got one or two on. Now the Browns intrigue me because of Shedeur Sanders on Thanksgiving Day. That could potentially be it, but right now I'll say the Pittsburgh Steelers.
I agree with you, and I'll throw in Aaron Rodgers is going to play for the Steelers on that day.
There you go.
And can I change since I forgot? I'll go with the Browns too. I agree with you on that.
All right, Braylon.
I had the Steelers.
Steelers?
Yeah, 100%. It makes sense.
NFC North, man. Thanksgiving is for NFC North. It's going to be the Vikings this year.
They didn't play the NFC North 2 years ago.
NFC North. Almost every Thanksgiving Day is an NFC North game. And now you talk about CBS, it ain't the AFC anymore. It's a mishmash.
I understand.
They take anybody, any games.
I understand, but you can't go 4 NFC teams out of the box because you know Dallas is probably going to play the New York Giants or the Eagles.
I'm picking the Vikings. You pick who the hell you want. Taking the Vikings. Right. I'm laying in this freaking coffin right now. Okay, I can't move.
It's a really nice coffin.
It is great.
All right.
I want to turn it on and say goodnight to you guys.
Right. All right, guys. The last couple of years, the Lions have played the Minnesota Vikings at home in the finale.
Correct. It ain't going to be the finale.
It will not be at Ford Field, and it will not be the Minnesota Vikings. We'll say Utah Mazda.
It's the Bears.
The Bears.
It's the Bears.
In Chicago?
No, home.
3 straight years.
Yes.
At home for a finale.
Yes. Home for the Bears.
Bray.
I'm going with the Cowboys. I'm trying to be creative. I'm not trying to be boring. I'm going with the Cowboys.
Boring?
So that's what I was going to say.
Because we can just get up here. You can eliminate all the other teams.
90% of the games at the last game is a division game. So I'm just using my head.
Maz, you're absolutely right. You won. You're correct.
I know, but I'm not boring.
But you're not boring. I'm saying, but doing that is boring.
Gotcha.
In that case, the Bears, the Packers, the Vikings. That's what I would go with.
Yeah.
I'm going with the Cowboys. I think that was going to be the finale.
You go with the Cowboys. I'm going to say at Green Bay. At Green Bay, like when they ended Aaron Rodgers' career in Green Bay. I'm going to say Lions at Green Bay.
Makes sense.
For the finale. Okay?
What about Lions and Rams? How does that sound?
Lions and Rams sounds good, but
that's
I'm going to go Lions at Packers for the finale. All right, as far as primetime games, I don't even know if there's a rule for this anymore, but you used to not be able to exceed 6 primetime games.
Right on.
I'm not sure if that's the case anymore or not. I don't even think they have a thing anymore where every single team at some point has to be on a primetime standalone game schedule. I don't believe they have that anymore this season. But as far as primetime goes, I will say 6 primetime games, including Thanksgiving Day.
Yep.
Got it.
I'm with you. Give me the 6-pack as well. Last year was 5. I'll go one more. I'll go 6.
Give me, including Thanksgiving, give me 5. I think think of 5. The only reason I think there's still some new fun teams that you want to see. So last year we had 6. There's some new teams that people want to see. The Commanders, guarantee they're going to get a couple games this year. So
no doubt.
I'd say 4, 5, including Thanksgiving.
All right, now the fun part. I'm going to extrapolate this a little bit.
Ooh, extrapolate.
Break it down a little bit for you. Thursday night football, Sunday night football, and Monday night football. So I've got 6 primetime games. I'm going to go with 2 Thursday night games. And included in Thursday night, I'm going to say Thanksgiving, okay? Because of the Thursday game.
Makes sense.
So they will have Thursday Thanksgiving and play another Thursday night football. So that's 2 Thursday night football. I'm going to go 3 Sunday night football games. That is going to be incredible. 3 Sunday night football games and only 1 Monday night football game. And I will say of these 6 games, including Thanksgiving, I'm going to say only 2 of those games will be at home. I think they get, obviously, the Thanksgiving Day game, and they get one other divisional opponent, perhaps, in prime time. Because if you look at this road schedule, at Washington, at Baltimore, at Kansas City, LA, at Cincinnati, I mean, every game on the road, at the Rams, every game on the road is a primetime game. At Baltimore, you're going to have 4 primetime games on the road this year.
A lot of 4:30 games, I bet, too.
Same.
What you did was a little confusing. I'm going to just tell you this. Book Monday Night Football, Chicago Bears, Detroit Lions, Ben Johnson versus Dan Campbell.
That's got to be.
Book it.
I hope the Monday night crew gets some good games this year. What a waste. Joe Buck, Troy Aikman. It's like an afterthought now. Monday night football.
Sunday night football has become the game,
I'm afraid so.
I agree.
Yep.
Yes.
And I'm not even afraid so.
I am. Aren't you tired by then?
No.
You're not ready to just watch a show?
I'm just ramping up.
You're not ready just to watch a show.
Look, I said it before. I thought last year's NFL season was boring.
Yeah.
And a lot of the enjoyment came from Sunday Night Football. That was like the only game of the week that I felt was somewhat enjoyable.
Sundays.
There was a lot of bad football last year.
Also, I think on Sundays now, you're only watching, now that your team is good, now that the Lions are good, you're only watching the Lions and then what the Sunday night game is. Those are the only two games that I really, really paid attention to. Like the 4 o'clock games, yeah, I tune in a little bit, tune out a little bit. Sunday night and Detroit Lions, the only 2 games that I care about.
The first thing I do is,
and the Jets.
on a Wednesday, I'll go online and I'll see the announcer list.
Right.
USA Today puts it out. This Arizona Republic thing puts it out. I go on and I'm looking. All right, who are the Lions getting this week? Oh, good. They're gonna get Kevin Burkhardt and the guys. Oh God, they're gonna get Kenny Albert. Oh God, not Kenny Albert. And then the primetime games, I look where Nance is. I look where Burkhardt is, and those are the games that I want to watch with those announcers. Adam Amin, love him. Bunch of guys out there, but that's how I plan my football weekend.
Did you see, speaking of football weekend and how you're going to plan it, did you see, and I sent this to you guys earlier in the day, what Fox Sports had as far as the strength of schedule goes for the teams? The hardest strength of schedule in the NFL next year, the New York Giants. The second hardest schedule, the Cleveland Browns. The third the hardest schedule is the Detroit Lions. There are only 2 teams in football that will have a more difficult schedule than Detroit. Does that make it a little bit – does that change at all how you feel about this team? Just to dial it up week in, week out, every game, there are no gimmies on that schedule. Maybe Pittsburgh, but – I don't even know if Pittsburgh, you could even put Pittsburgh in that category. The Lions don't have one gimme on this schedule.
Not at all.
Does that change the way you feel about maybe the floor for the season? You know, you look at a season, you look at a schedule, you say, okay, what's the ceiling, what's the floor? Because their strength of schedule is 3rd hardest in the NFL, does it change the floor that you have for this team? Like by floor, I'd say 10-7.
That's the floor?
That's the floor.
I can't see him losing 7 games.
I can't either. But
I'll say the floor is 11, and I know the over/under is 10.5.
Very well could be 11-6 is the floor.
I think it'll be better than that, though.
It doesn't change what I think about this team. I think 11 is the floor. I think they can maybe get to 12. Maybe they hit 10, but I think they will. I think 11 is the number for me. They have some proponents, a lot of things that they have to deal with this year in terms of figuring themselves out. They're going to ease into the season. We'll see what the start of the season is. But saying 11 is the floor, it's safe. But I don't think it changes because you still have the same system in play. You still have that offensive line. You still have Jared Goff. You still have Dan Campbell, who's now going at this for a 5th year. You still have the talent at the running back room. You still have the wide receivers. You have the tight ends. And you increase some on the defensive side of the ball through the trade and the draft. So it doesn't change. I think this is still a team that is destined to get to you-know-where. 11's the floor.
Isn't this the first of all, I just have to say this. This still is crazy to me. We are talking, Pete, would you put up that home road schedule for a minute?
Sure, buddy. Hang on.
Look at this schedule for 1 minute. And we are sitting here on a sports show in Detroit, and we are saying that the absolute worst we think the Lions have the ability to do next year is 11-6. That still is so beautiful to me.
How many non-playoff teams are they playing?
This is the most beautiful segment we've ever done. You can look at that schedule and say, I think the worst they can do is 11-6.
Right.
That's freaking awesome.
What a time to be alive.
What a time to be alive.
Right. Because what we're not doing is we're not doing the same thing for the other teams on that list that we're doing for the Lions in terms of, well, the Lions, this happened and that happened and maybe this happened and maybe this is a small concern. Every team on that list got issues. Kansas City Chiefs, are they still the same Kansas City Chiefs? Are they going to be that? Cincinnati, do they have a defense? Do they have a defense? The Cowboys, laughable. Pittsburgh Steelers, Mason Rudolph is their starting quarterback right now. Baltimore Ravens, love Lamar Jackson. I know the record against the NFC. At some point, you got to do something more than just a regular season. So if you chalk that up as a win, it is what it is. I think they have a lot of questions talking about the teams that they play against that are more than what the Lions actually have. The Lions are returning the defense in which we think, in estimation, why they didn't make the Super Bowl. 25 injuries.
Listen to me. I don't bet, but if I did, I would pound the over.
Right.
Pound the over. That's how confident I am
There you go.
that they'll win 12 games. Why? Why
Pretty
should they
awesome,
lose?
isn't it?
Why should they not win 12 games? They won 15 last year.
It's not
I don't
the
care about the schedule.
It's not the same team. Each year is different.
I'm betting on 12 or more. I truly am.
I think you have to at this point, right? I mean, I think they're going to win every game they play again. Once that schedule comes out, we sit here on Thursday and talk win, loss for them.
But
we do all that. I think, again, Braylon, I'm only going to say loss because I don't believe you can go 17-0. It's not because I think they're good. It's not because I think the other team's better than them.
I will say this. One of the biggest things, and Maz, you like, why are they going to get beat? One of the biggest things that you loved about this Lions team, Ryan, was the coaching staff.
That's right.
That's all you kept saying. Coaching staff has been together 3 years. Coaching staff has been together 4 years. Well, this coaching staff has really seen a shakeup.
Yep.
That's a major thing. Everybody keeps talking about, well, Ben Johnson wasn't it. He wasn't the catalyst. Aaron Glenn, he has his disciple. Those things very well may be true. But until we see it, we don't know. So I think it's fair to say we don't know.
Very fair.